Hi, I'm Doreen. I'm a former race car driver and I'm here at Speed Vegas with the Corvette C8 Z06, and I'm gonna let you know what it's really like to drive this car on the racetrack. Come with me. Let's put it on manual and let's go. I'm gonna do a couple of quick laps first and then I'll let you know how it drives, because I tried the talking and the driving, but that didn't work. What a ride. What should I say? This car is so much fun to drive in the turns. It's incredibly well balanced. And since for the C8 model, Corvette switched to a mid-engine layout, and that was honestly, it was day and night. It changed everything. There's no understeering, no oversteer. The car is so well balanced, which gives so much confidence to the driver to push the car fast. It's incredible. The suspension on the Z06 is also harder than on the regular Stingray, and this one has something called mag ride, and I think it's short for magnetic ride control, which means, I'm not an engineer here, but I'm gonna try to explain. There are some electric particles in the fluid, and then they can the car can charge it more or less. So if you put the car in track mode for a harder suspension, it charges these particles more, and that makes it stiffer at the end of the day. And that's great. A stiffer suspension or a harder suspension is great on the track, but it can also be a little bit twitchier, if you know what I mean. So you need to be always careful with that. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to drive, honestly. The sound of the car was a little bit not what I expected. You know, this is an American, it's Corvette. You know, I expected a deep muscle car sound, and this one sounds more like a more high-pitched, almost like a European car. If you close your eyes and you only listen to the sound, you could think it's like a Ferrari 458, or definitely not a Corvette, at least not what I would expect. And the reason is that the Z06 has a new or a different engine layout, I want to say, because Corvette kind of sneaked over to Ferrari and stole or copied their engine design. It's a flat plane crank engine, which allows Corvette to kind of rev a bit higher and produce horsepower in a different way, I would like to say. And if we compare that, this is a 5.5 liter, which produces 670 horsepower. And if we compare that with the regular C8 Stingray, which is a 6.2 liter, so bigger engine, but only produces 490 horsepower. So when I looked at these 670 horsepower and I drove it on the straight and I pushed down the gas pedal, I expected a little bit more. It's almost a little bit underwhelming, I would say. Don't get me wrong, it's a fast car, but I thought it would push a little bit more. So I really enjoyed driving this car on the track, even though I mentioned I expected a bit more from the straight, but the turns are so much fun to drive. And honestly, with this layout, and with the mid-engine layout, Corvette really managed to jump into a whole different market. Now with this performance, they are competing with Lamborghini, with Ferrari, with all the European supercars, which I think is great. Some people might not like it because it's not so much a typical American muscle car character anymore. But honestly, in terms of performance, I love it. And if we look at the price tag, so we bought this car with a little bit under 1,000 miles and we paid $150,000 for it. If you compare that with the price of a Lamborghini or Ferrari, like a Lamborghini Huracan or Ferrari 488, it's half price. So you get so much performance for half of the price, which is great. $150,000 is still a lot of money. So if you don't want to buy your Z06 for yourself, but you still want to experience it on the track, this amazing handling, have so much fun here, you know where to find us. You can drive it at Speed Vegas for $399.